And because they didn't get their guy, and by the way, we're among them. We wanted Demidov too.
Mm-hmm.
If we were picking for the Blackhawks, that's a pick we would have made. But I think a lot of people look at it as, well, it's a failure. And they're seeing what Ivan Demidov is doing in Russia. Today passed Kaprizov for points in a season.
Most U20 points.
For another 20 player.
So
it looks like he's going to be a star, but it doesn't mean that Levshunov is also not going to be a star.
Right.
And yes, you have the American Hockey League All-Star game last night, and he didn't make the All-Star team. Every player is different. Every player's growth is different. He is highly regarded.
Mm-hmm.
He was entering the draft. He was after the draft. There's no one in the hockey world sounding any alarm bells about Artyom Levshunov. So it's going to take him a little longer because he's a defenseman. That always seems to take a little longer. And he's also playing in his fourth league in 4 years.
Right.
Like, it's a big adjustment for him.
And it's a step up every year.
He's learning the language. He's learning new teammates and new systems every year. He has looked a lot better in Rockford lately. If you talk to the people who watch him all the time, he's going to be fine. And just, I was at the last 2 practices that he participated in, and there is a different look when Artyom Levshunov has the puck. Like, he's got a vision about him. He's got his passes are on the money all the time. Is he perfect? No. There are times where he looks a little bit deer in headlights when he's defending NHL players, but this will come with experience. It wouldn't shock me if at some point this year he gets a game or two like we saw with Nazar and Del Mastro last year.
Yeah, at the end of the year.
Which I think would be good because actually Landon Slager talked about that today and mentioned how valuable it was for him to just get those handful of games under his belt so he kind of knew, okay, this is what the NHL looks like. This is what I need to work on to get there, and those sort of things. So I think it's a good idea to do it. So, yes, he can become elite. First pairing is the question specifically. I think so, yes.
Yeah, I think with the reason that he was in that discussion of top 5, top 3, top 2, depending on who you asked, was the raw tools, the physical build, being a right-handed shot, the footwork, the vision, all that was high quality, high level, and the ability to have his play progress with him. Like, every step up he took, whether it was, coming overseas from Belarus and then playing in the USHL and then being a top USHL player, then going up to the NCAA and being, I believe, off the top of my head, he was the Big Ten Defenseman of the Year as a freshman. He was, on the Hobie Baker nominee list. Like, he was immediate impact freshman, and now jumps up to the AHL. And yeah, it's taken some time, but that's to be expected with a 19-year-old defenseman playing professionally for the first year. But as things have progressed this year, he's gotten better. He's gotten more comfortable. He spoke about, having Kuzmin with him now in Rockford, a fellow Belarusian player. And he's, Levshunov said, like, yeah, it's nice to have more guys that are, I can talk with naturally and just people he can relate to. I think that helps. I think as he gets more time within the organization, more time around some of these other, teammates in Rockford, some of these other young guys he's going to come up with, he'll, grow those relationships and chemistry as well. Feel a little bit more comfortable in that way as that comes with time. But in games that I've seen of him in Rockford, it's gotten better. There's those tools that you see starting to develop that I have no doubts that he's going to be a top defenseman.
We all silly like the mayor.